Jesse Jackson's public image was built on decades of civil rights leadership, politics, and activism. But behind the microphones and campaign stages, there was also a long and complicated family story. One that includes a marriage lasting more than 6 decades, 5 children raised in the middle of history, and one later revealed chapter that tested public trust. Today, as people search Jesse Jackson's wife and children, they're often trying to understand the private side of a man who spent most of his life in the public eye. Jesse Jackson was married to Jacqueline Lavinia Brown Jackson, a civil rights activist in her own right. According to People, Jacqueline was born in Florida, later moved to Virginia, and attended North Carolina A&T, where she met Jesse. They married on New Year's Eve in 1962, long before Jesse became a household name, building a partnership that would stretch across the civil rights era, the rise of Operation Push and the Rainbow Coalition, and decades of national political influence. What is often overlooked is that Jacqueline wasn't simply the wife of a famous leader. People describes her as deeply involved in activism and civic work, including organizing efforts in the 1970s and working with major civil rights organizations. She also authored a book in 2018 that compiled personal letters she wrote to her son while he was incarcerated, revealing a more intimate side of their family life, one shaped by both public service and private hardship. Together, Jesse and Jacqueline had 5 children, and each one in different ways grew up under an unusual kind of pressure. A father constantly in national headlines, and a family name tied to politics, protest, and controversy. People lists the 5 children from the marriage as Santita, Jesse Jackson Jr., Jonathan, Yusef, and Jacqueline Jackie Lavinia. Their oldest, Santita Jackson, has been publicly known for years as both a political analyst and a singer. She has appeared in media discussions around politics and public issues, and People notes she has also had notable connections in political circles, including a friendship with Michelle Obama. 2 of Jesse Jackson's sons became especially visible through politics and public service. Jesse Jackson Jr. served in Congress for Illinois' 2nd District before resigning in 2012, later facing legal consequences tied to campaign fund misuse, one of the most painful and widely reported chapters for the family. Public biographies describe how his story has included both a return to public life and ongoing attempts to rebuild his reputation. Meanwhile, Jonathan Jackson has built his own path as a public figure and is described by People as a congressman, educator, and businessman, someone who carried parts of the family legacy into a new era. Yusef Jackson is described as more private than his siblings, but still active professionally, with People noting he has worked as an attorney and entrepreneur and has been involved in community and business ventures. And then there's Jacqueline Jackie Lavinia Jackson, who People describes as academically focused, with advanced education and work connected to research and international education. Another example of how the Jackson children did not all choose the same public-facing route, even while carrying a globally recognized last name. But the family story doesn't stop at 5 children. In 2001, Jesse Jackson publicly acknowledged that he had an extramarital affair with former staffer Karen Stanford, and that the relationship resulted in a daughter, Ashley, who was born in 1999. This was a major turning point, because it introduced a deeply personal scandal into a public legacy built on moral leadership and family values. ABC News reported on Jackson's statement at the time, noting he admitted the affair and the existence of the child. People's more recent reporting describes Ashley as an actress, screenwriter, and producer, and notes she has spoken about carrying her father's legacy and working on a docuseries connected to his story. Her existence has also shaped how many people view the broader Jackson family, not only as a political dynasty, but as a complicated, human family with fractures and reconciliations. All of this unfolded alongside Jesse Jackson's long-term health struggles in later years. He announced in 2017 that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, an update shared by major Parkinson's organizations at the time. And in recent reporting about his later life, his condition was discussed in the context of mobility and ongoing care.